So, welcome back to our conversation on Sports Check. And remember, our sign language interpreter is Ann Wangeshi. So this conversation is about youngsters because Kenya is going to be hosting the world on Sunday at the Ngong Race Course. And this is for the ISF World Cross Country Championships. The second time the event is being hosted on the African continent. Morocco did it, 22 years ago? So it's been an entire generation. It's very interesting that those who were born in that year are not eligible for this competition just by the age. That's how long it's been. So to have a conversation about that, on my immediate left, we've got Gikonyo Kariuki, who's coordinating these championships, and he also was coach of the World Under-18 team. Correct. 2017. Yeah. He was that. And we've got somebody who's been working a lot with the youngsters, Robert Ngisirei. Karibu. And he's the coach of the current team.
Thank you, Waume.
And Coach, let me start with you, Coach Ngisirei. The selection process that was done in Nakuru County for the ISF Schools Cross Country Championships. Just give us a background into that, because I can see that we've got 3 age categories which the ISF always wants to have.
Thank you very much, Mr. Waume. During our selection in Nakuru for ISF team, you know very well that we have 3 categories. That is for both boys and girls. We have under 12, under 15, and under 18. So in Nakuru, we had the trials for all the categories, and we managed to select 30 boys, 31 girls. That is under 12, we have 10 boys, 10 girls. Under 15, we have 15 girls, we have 10 girls, 10 boys. Under 18, we have 11 girls and 10 boys.
Why the extra one for the under 18s?
Thank you very much, Wahome. We had the extra one, which was actually, she's a girl, under 18, she was supposed to be within the championship, but since the CS for sports was visiting her home area, she couldn't manage to be within the championship, and she was identified in the provincial championship in Kapsabet. She's a steeplechaser, she's good, and we had to give her a chance to be part of the team.
All right. Now let me come to you, Coach Gikonyo, now, coordinating this. Just give us a brief background on, Kenya getting the right to host this and the coordination work now that you have got to do going into the Sunday's championship.
Thank you so much, Wahome. Welcome members to this program. Kenya got a chance to host these games after requesting ISF, that is the International Schools Federation, to host the games. And this was after we were affiliated to the same some years back. And actually we have participated before in ISF activities. We had the volleyball in Morocco, where our 2 teams participated. That was Kwadanze in volleyball girls, and we had Cheptil, which did very well. Kwadanze became number 1, Cheptil was number 2. So we were able to announce our presence at the world level. And International Schools Federation got to know Kenya. And when we tried to convince them that we want to host this cross-country, Kenya being known in cross-country, being the home of cross-country, being the home of athletics, it was easy for us to win the chance to host. So we were granted the chance to host last year, and actually we started our preparation in earnest. In October last year, we came together as a multi-agency group, touching across all the ministries, from the Ministry of Education being the main ministry, the Ministry of Sports, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Immigration, we have security, all the ministries, including tourism, were all brought together in what we call the ROC Organizing Committee. And we were able to form that committee, which was headed, still being headed by our chairman, Mr. Hassan Duare, who is a director in the ministry. Our CEO is Mr. Barnabas Koril, who is the chairman of the Youth Development Committee at Kenya, and who has also been the CEO of all the major sporting events here in the country. Talk of Keino Classic, talk of Siriko Classic, talk of the under-18, under-20. He has been the CEO. So that committee is working, has been working all this time from last year. They have prepared very well. They have done that through committees. And of course, I need to mention here that the schools are equally involved. We have got the Kenya Secondary School Sports. We have the Kenya Junior Schools Sports and the Kenya Primary School Sports. They are all part of this, and we are actually out to deliver as one. We want to deliver as one with all the ministry concerned, with all the schools concerned. And actually, the committee has worked very well up to now. We are, this morning, as we came here, we came from a meeting at Athletics Kenya, which is still working on the final touches on the hosting. Of course, this committee came up with committees to run the various departments. We have got the technical department on those who will be officiating. Of course, we have got hospitality, we have got accommodation, we have got the protocol, we have got medical and anti-doping, we have got security, immigration. It's actually multi-sectoral, whereby together we want to deliver and make sure that this being the first event, cross-country, given a chance by ISF, we want to try and see whether we can get bigger chances to host these games. Maybe athletics in future as we go forward.
Okay. Coach Gisirei, well, just looking at the age categories, first of all, just tell us how you worked with the Kenya Primary Schools Sports Association, and this is mainly for the, you'd be looking at it for the under-15s and the under-12s. How did you work with them eventually such that you could have the selection of your team?
Thank you very much, Mr. Waome. After our meeting as an LOC, we sat down, we had the meeting chaired by the director in charge of co-curriculum activities. So we had to discuss in light that all our primary, JS and secondary school have to participate so that we can get the team. They managed to pass the information to regional directors, whereby the regional directors gave the information to the county directors of education so that facilitation can take place and the championship to be organized from schools, that is from Sonolis, especially for the young ones. Sonolis division, after division, they come to sub-county. After sub-county, they come now to county. We wanted actually to get the best. From county now is when they move to the regional. And then from there now, every region had to present a team for under 12, under 15, that is boys and girls, and then under 18. KSSA, in the other hand, had also done their provincials. But for primary and JS, they had not done their provincials. So we managed to pen the rule down a bit so that we can enable the counties to bring their best to Nakuru so that we can get the best and not to leave that talented child wherever he or she is. That is how we came up with the team for the primary and the JS, because that is under one person, the head teacher.
Okay.
Yes.
Now for the under-18, this is where you'd have to go through the Kenya Secondary School Sports Association. They were in Machakos. For their nationals, how was that managed?
Mr. Waome, let me take you back. For KSSA, one is provincial, one is regionals were done. We brought everybody on board, every region to identify their best and take them to Nakuru for the trials before Majagos, because the team was named earlier. The names has to be forwarded earlier before the nationals. So the KSSA had gone far. Yes. They had done their regionals. So they had the best in under 18, and some are in under 15. So for under 18, we have the best. Under 15, we have the best. Under 12, you realize that these ones are they are upcoming.
Yes.
They are upcoming. So we have also managed to pick the best, and they are now undergoing vigorous training, knowing very well that we have to look upon the injuries because they have not actually been training for long. So we normally guide them on how to train. Yes.
Just a quick look now. Distances for each of these age grades that they will be doing. The under 12s, under 15s, and under 18s.
Thank you very much. When we talk of under 12, boys and girls, they will be running 1 km kilometer 200 meters, both boys and girls. When we move to under 15, the girls will be doing 2 kilometers, the boys will be doing 2.5 kilometers. When we move to under 18, the girls will be doing 3.5 kilometers, the boys will be doing 5.5 kilometers. And we have taken them through so that no one will actually be overtrained or undertrained according to his or her own distance. Yes.
All right, so when Agikonyo, now let me come, because when it comes to that, it also now involves how the Ngong race course starting points are going to be done. How much work has been done at the event venue?
Thank you so much. We got to involve our technical bench, led by Leting, Akina Tirop, the whole group which does the work for AK. They got involved from last year. They had to identify the venue, do some measurement in terms of the course. You notice that the distance we are going to have this time are not the normal distances we have of 2 kilometer route.
Yes.
It has to vary because of the age category. They have been able to work on that route. They have done the mapping and they have done the route. If actually the route was set. But now because of the rains, we had to change a bit of the route in terms of where you'll be starting and where you'll be heading, so that you can avoid areas which might have a bit of water. But now, as we talk today, the route has been confirmed today. In fact, even the ribbons and everything will be done today. At Ngong Race Course, the actual route will be completed. And even at Nairobi School, where the training will be going on for all the teams, once they arrive, it will be worked out so that once they come, they can use a normal circuit, just like it will be in the competition. It will be done in the course of today. So starting tomorrow, the route will be ready for anybody to use.
So actually, you have an identical circuit set up at Nairobi School?
Correct. At Nairobi School, we have the same circuit, the same distances. You notice that the gaps, the distances done by the under 12, under 15, and 18 have got a distance which you can use a rope of about 1.1 kilometer.
Yes.
The boys can do, those doing 1.2 can do 1.1, around 1.2. Those doing 2.2 can also do 2 circuits. Those doing 3.5 can do about 3 circuits. Those doing 5.5 can do 5 circuits of the same. So you have done a rope with a little variation, which will accommodate all the distances by the different categories of those who are racing.
Now, the other one is, you know, the hosting and accommodation. Just give us a whole overview of how, you know, you bring together all of these children, young people from across the world, and they, you know, they can have the best of accommodation and also enjoy what we'd say is the, you know, the tropical night skies.
Thank you so much. Now that you talk of the young people, you really want to catch them, because when you catch that young mind, especially coming to Kenya at this stage, we really feel that it will be good enough even for the future. So we have made a cocktail of activities for these people. Once they arrive, of course, they'll start with their main training at Nairobi School, and also they could have a taste of the Ngong Race Course. For the accommodation, most of the teams will be at eBase Hotel, eBase Westlands. That's where they will be. Most of the teams will be accommodated there. Of course, other guests will be elsewhere, like Weston Hotel and all that, and the Crown Plaza. That's where they'll be. But you find most of these athletes will be accommodated at a central venue, and they'll be taken for training, taken for competition, and back to the venue. What you have done is that you have organized a cocktail of activities. And for example, if I may mention that after the games, that is on 12th, on the 13th, you have a visit to the National Park, the animal orphanage. You want these young boys and girls who have been watching wildlife on Discovery, on pictures, to go and feed that giraffe at the orphanage, to have a feel of the National Park and see the animals in there, in their natural environment. And after that, you'll be going to Bomas of Kenya. They will get a taste of Kenya in terms of the food, in terms of the culture, the traditional music. We also have what we call a fun run, whereby it will not now be a country running on its own. You combine them and you form a relay team. One from Nigeria, one from Canada, one from Kenya, and they form a relay team for fun. And then they will be doing a relay running through the cultural villages we have at Bomas, and the passing out the relay baton. You know what the relay baton is? You see that short Maasai stick?
Yes.
With the beads? That's what they'll be passing. And they'll keep running and passing it around. And then of course, our lunch that time will be served there, that they can get the traditional food and have a feel of Kenya.
Now, we can almost try and guess what they may be served.
Yeah.
Nyama choma is part of it. I know that is going to be a part of it so that they can have a real feel of it. Yeah. A lot of expectations from, from Kenyans, especially because this is the second, okay, I'm betraying my age here, 17 years since hosting a cross-country event of this multitude. 2007 World Cross Country Championships, and now here we are with the schools cross-country championship. Expectations from the public.
Thank you very much, Mr.
How are
Waume.
you managing that?
Thank you very much, Mr. Waume. First and foremost, I want to tell the public to turn up in large numbers to cheer their young ones, to give them morale. The team, let me say, generally, the team is very ready. God willing, they are healthy, remain the way they are now because we don't have any injury. Everybody is at his best. They are very ready for the championship. So I promise the entire nation, everybody in wherever they are, the team is intact and we shall deliver the best. Thank you.
Something else, we know last week the president addressed the nation and he indicated that schools will not reopen. Just give us a background of the support that you're getting from the Ministry of Education, given that you've got learners in camp for this ISF championship.
Thank you very much, Mr. Waume. We want to thank the government of Kenya, His Excellency the President. He gave us the flag. Two, the rains has been going on all over, but our team is training intact. Even if it rains the whole night, we shall still go for the training wherever we find the road is very smart. We want to thank the Ministry of Education because they have given these young ones time, where to stay, where to train, facilities to use. We want to thank especially the Ministry of Education and Sports for lending us a hand to enable the young talents to be trained, to have a very conducive environment where they are training so that they can deliver, they can show the world that even if it is raining, Kenya is a country to watch in sport, in cross country. They can train in every terrain. And they let me pass the information to our neighbors and the visitors. Come, don't fear the rains. We are ready for them.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, let me come to you and just give us a whole idea of the 12th. I know teams will be training, building up to that, but on the 12th, when we've got the cross-country event, just give us an outlook for that.
Thank you so much. On the 12th, that is on Sunday, is when we have the main activity. That's the climax of the whole thing. When the teams will now take the stage, they will take the circuit and compete. We'll be starting at around 10 a.m. with the under 12 category. Then from there, we'll go to the under 15, and then we'll go to the under 18. We'll be awarding the finishers as we continue. There will be a break after every event, and we'll be able to do awards as we continue. Then overall, of course, as we do the cross-country, in between there will be entertainment. The circuit, the way it's designed, it will have a lot of activities. We want to have fun. It's an outing. Because ISF believes in mass sports. That's why they bring as many as possible. Unlike the traditional way where we talk of a team being 6 runners, ISF say bring as many as you can. We want to have as many participating as possible. We want all the kids to be part of the activity, to be part of the games. So we'll be having a lot of activities going on after every event. Even in between the activity, we'll still be having entertainment going on. We want to call upon Kenyans, come on board, come and see and watch your youngsters compete. Because not actually the winning. The interest here is not the winning. We want to catch these young people when they are still very young and create an interest in competing. The idea is to compete. Winning will only happen to the one who will be winning number 1. But others who have participated, they have had an experience. As I can say this, we also be having what we have a very important exercise going on in Kenya, tree planting.
Yes.
So you have set aside a space at Gong Racecourse. You have been allocated a space. Every country will have a space, and they will plant their trees. And if possible, if every athlete is supposed to plant a tree, you can imagine the impact. If these athletes grow up and become senior people and they want to come and watch their forest, watch their trees grow, it will be a culture which can be picked and be replicated anywhere.
So if I'm just looking at Coach Ngisirei's team, I can count at least 75 trees.
Yes.
That is athletes and
the
Officials.
technical.
and the officials.
Yes.
Yes.
Those are at least 73s. Just to recap, Bonakekonyo, about how many athletes are you looking at? How many countries? Just to recap that.
Thank you so much. I think as we talk now, the ones who have confirmed participation are about 22 countries, and the number of others is about 460 in all the categories. That's the number we're expecting, the number we are planning for in terms of the logistics of the accommodation, the transport, and everything. We are accommodating that, and we have done enough planning to take care of them in terms of all the requirements. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. You've had it. And remember that KBC Channel 1 will be broadcasting the ISF World Cross Country Championships. And so remember that bright and early Sunday on the 12th of May, 10 a.m. Yes, Bonakekonyo?
Thank you. Maybe as we end the program, I wish to say one or two.
Yes.
Thank, like mentioned here, His Excellency, our President, for giving us the flag.
Yes.
And he made one note. He told the youngsters, you go and win, I'll prepare a party for you. The kids are winning.
Okay.
So the kids are winning. We are telling our president we are coming for the party because our kids are going to win. Number two, the multi-sectoral approach by the government, whereby all the ministries are involved, led by the Ministry of Education, sponsored by the Ministry of Sports, the Sports Fund. We have got, of course, the ISF, led by the President, Petrika, for giving us the chance. We want to thank you. The ROC, led by our chairman, Mr. Duare, Mr. Koril, the CEO, all the ROC members, the committees working, we want to thank you. We want to thank our team because even if we prepared, our team is not ready. We may not make it. Our head coach here, Mr. Ngasirei, a veteran. We started doing the Kenyan team together early 90s. We have been together this time. Over that, almost approaching 30 years together on the Kenyan team. He is doing very well as being the head coach. You have got Kirwa Koech, the overall team manager, also doing well with the team. Of course, the coaches and the schools where the kids are coming from, we want to really thank you. You have done a good job. Without you, Kenya cannot go anywhere. And then the team is ready to perform. We are calling upon all the Kenyans to be out there at Gong and come watch your youngsters start their games at around 10. And to the rest of the world, come and experience Kenya. Come and watch where athletics is made.
Yes.
The home of athletics. Welcome, all of you.
Thank you very much. Konyo Karaoke, he is coordinator for the ISF World Schools Cross Country Championships that are taking place on the 12th of May at the Ngong Racecourse. It will be live on KBC Channel 1. If you can't make it to Kenya, make sure that you do follow us and watch us on the screens here and also online. And Coach Robert Gesire, who is the coach of the Kenya Schools team, he's got 61 athletes that he's managing, and we wish them all the best. Thank you for being with us. Our sign language interpreter has been Anne Wangeshi. My name is Daniel Wahome. Over to Nancy Okware, who's bringing us Kurunzi Mashinani, and after that, Tambrini. Have a good day.